morning, ladies. Welcome to Pilates Fusion. My name is Nina. We'll be doing a fusion class this morning, a little bit of balance work, some stretching, some yoga, classical mat Pilates, working low impact against your own body weight. We're going to get started this morning from standing position. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Focusing on our breath this morning, focusing on the present. Let's take another deep breath in and let it all go. Our breath is something we can keep in our back pocket in times of joy, in times of stress, creating a little bit of control. Let's bring our arms all the way to the ceiling right now, taking that beautiful breath in again, bringing the hands to heart center, bringing that big ball of energy into your morning and exhaling. I'm going to come to the back of my mat right now, and we're going to bring the arms all the way up, and we're going to come down into a front forward fold. Just coming down to our tailbone, our coccyx bone. Feet should be about the width of our hips, and we're going to do some gentle circles, waking up our lower spine, our lumbar spine, creating some good positive energy this morning, ladies. And of course, a sense of calm and happy backs. Let's reverse that circle. And then we're just going to move into a grandfather clock pendulum. And then let's come up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling those shoulder blades back, opening our chest. Joseph Pilates used to say, let's crack the walnut. Let's bring our arms out to a T and just do these small little circles. And then reverse it. And then you can bring your hands to your hips, and we're just going to do a little gentle neck roll, a place where sometimes we keep a little stress. We're creating some calm this morning, reversing that circle. All right, ladies, we'll just do some gentle little back rolls. So I've been talking about a concept called exercise snacks. We're going to start off the class this morning with an exercise snack. So the concept is perhaps some days you might not have your time to do a 45-minute workout, so maybe you do nothing. But the idea is for people that are trying to get stronger or lead busy lives to perhaps take a few minutes during the day when you grab your yogurt or your banana and doing something that will make you stronger. So this morning we're going to do something called a wall chair exercise. We're going to roll our shoulder blades back against the wall so they connect. Pull our belly in. Our feet are about hips distance, and they're as wide as our, yes. And we're going to slow down, rolling on the wall, and we're just glued to the wall. And as you will notice, we're working on our balance, we're working on our posture, we're working on widening our stance, connecting our back to the wall, keeping our chest nice and open. And if you want, you can bring your arms out a little more advanced. And perhaps as an exercise snack, if you're having one of those busy days or you're really working on strengthening your entire body, you could try and hold this for 30 seconds or maybe even a minute. And then you can work on adding an extra 10 seconds. So this is a great exercise for strength work. We're going to try and hold this for another 30 seconds. Maybe you can even get a little lower. All righty. So we're going to get away from the wall, and we're going to come down on our mat. Let's bring our arms all the way up to the ceiling, and we're going to walk out into a plank into 4 steps with our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're just going to try and hold this plank maybe for 30 seconds. So planks are another great exercise snack. You can try to do this during the day. A modification would be to come down onto your knees if you're new to doing a plank. So we're going to move on now into some gentle yoga. So bring your knees down to the mat, and we are going to come into angry happy cat, bringing your back all the way up into a C curve towards the ceiling, taking a deep breath in, and then bringing your belly down towards the mat. So we're just waking up that beautiful back. Let's bring our back arched to a C curve all the way up again, and then bringing the belly down towards the mat. Focusing on our breath, connecting to the present, taking that deep breath in again, bringing the back all the way up, and then bring it all the way back down. Let's bring the back up again for the last time right now. And then exhaling. All right, let's bring our forehead down on the mat, and we're sitting on our knees into child's pose, just waking up that spine, walking our fingers out, and let's just pause and breathe, taking that deep breath in, and then exhaling. Another deep breath in, and letting it all go. Coming all the way up again. And this is a balance work we can start on. Let's bring our left arm out and our opposite leg out, and just trying to hold that. A modification would be, if this is a little too much for your body today, to just bring your arm out. And then if you feel safe working on some balance, you can bring that opposite leg all the way out. And then we're going to slowly switch sides. Right arm is out. And if you feel safe, also left leg. And we're going to do each side one more time. Left arm and right leg. And then opposite side. And then let's place our hands, fingers are spread on the mat. We're going to come up on our feet into downward dog, letting our head hang gently between our hands. And we're just going to walk our dog, bringing each foot up and down. And then we can bring our chest forward, and you can also bring your belly down to the mat if this is making your body angry at all. Bringing our chest all the way up into King Cobra, and then coming all the way back into downward dog. Letting the arms, head hang between the arms gently, walking each foot up and down. Last time, coming up into King Cobra. And then we're going to come all the way back, laying down on our back. So let's start with a half roll up. So we are sitting up, hands are right under our thighs, and this is just a gentle exercise, half roll up, waking up your back. We're going to come into a C curve just a few inches, and then sitting up nice and tall. All right, now we're going to come into a full roll down. So feet are long and the feet are flexed. Arms are coming forward and we're just hinging back one vertebrae at a time, all the way back down, laying down, arms coming overhead, and then we're coming all the way back up, stretching. We're doing a nice, beautiful two-way Pilates stretch, stretching over our feet, shooting the tailbone out the opposite way, hinging down to that C curve, doing that nice, beautiful stretch, arms over the head, and then coming all the way back up again. Okay, we're going to do one more, make it your best. And now we're going to take it all the way back down, laying on our back. We're going to come into some bridging. So we're laying on our back, feet are flat on the mat, knees are bent. And the first thing we're going to do is create a back connection. Let's roll the shoulder blades back so our scapula, our shoulder blades are engaged to the mat. Arms are long and strong. Feet are a little wider than our hips. And we're going to slowly bring up our back, lower back, middle back, upper back, and pause. And let's just take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and let it all go. One more deep breath in and exhaling. Now we're going to do a pelvic tilt to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Meet me in the middle, slowly bringing that back all the way back down to the mat. And now we're going to move on to a new exercise. Let's create that back connection again, rolling our shoulder blades back, opening our chest, arms are long and strong. And let's slowly bring up lower back, middle back, upper back. Right leg is coming long, foot is pointed, and we're going to bring that leg, we're going to pretend we have a 50-pound weight on it, a little isometrics. So we're going to slowly bring it down to match the opposite knee, and then slowly bringing it all the way back up. So we're pretending we're painting stripes on the wall. Let's pause that foot in the center and let's just do some small little tennis ball circles, working with our feet, getting our feet a little stronger. This is a good one if you're having any neuropathy in your feet, always looking for ways to strengthen that foot. And now we can reverse circle. Another great exercise for foot neuropathy is maybe when you're watching TV to get a tennis ball and just roll it on your foot. Feels really nice, easy to do. Let's slowly bring that leg all the way back down to the mat, and foot will land flat. Let's bring the back all the way back down to the mat again, and we're going to work on that left leg. Let's slowly roll the shoulder blades back. Let's bring up our back, lower back, middle back, upper back. Left foot is pointed, and we're going to work on our left leg stripes coming all the way back down to the mat. Actually, just to our knee, I'm sorry. Foot is slowly coming to the opposite knee, painting some stripes on the wall. This is low impact classical Pilates, working against your own body weight, getting a little stronger than yesterday, very safe, working on small muscles. All right, let's pause with that foot in the center, and we're going to work on those tiny circles with our foot. And now we're going to reverse that circle. And then bringing it all the way back down to the mat. And we're just going to come into now some gentle inversions. Before we work at our inversions, I'm just going to go through a relaxation pose that you can come into at any time today if something's making your body angry. Let's bring our knees to our chest. This is called baby back roll. And just roll out our back, giving yourself a nice big hug, feeling ever so grateful for this Friday morning, working on our breath, working on giving us a little brain work, getting our body stronger, a sense of calm, creating some good energy today, living in the present, taking that deep breath in and exhaling. Now we're going to move on to happy baby, grabbing those big toes and just rolling out the back, working on our flexibility. And we're going to go back to this a few times. Hopefully we will gain some flexibility today, feeling a little lighter, stretched out. All right, so we're going to move on now to some gentle inversions. If it's not for you, you can always go back to baby back roll. So we're coming up with up, pulling our hands on our hips, and let's point our feet towards the ceiling, and then we're just going to open them up like a little pair of scissors. And now we're going to do a little daydream that maybe we're taking a bike ride along the coast of California and it's a perfect day. Let's bring our legs into a bike ride. We're somewhere in the world where it's 70 degrees, a little light and airy, beautiful wind. Oops, someone dropped a hat. Let's go backwards with those feet. Alrighty, let's bring it center, and we're slowly going to come out of that and bring the feet all the way back down to the mat. Alrighty, we're going to move on to some more classical Pilates. Let's roll the shoulder blades back, bringing that right leg pointed towards the ceiling, and we're going to work on our one leg circle. So you could, this is a hip opener. You can certainly do a small circle, maybe the size of a basketball. Left hip is engaged to the mat, or you can do a large circle, pausing up at the top. And we're going nice and slow, creating some resistance. So as you can see now, you're working on your whole body, posture, your core, hip opener, little balance work. And we're going to do 10 more. There is a little joke that Pilates instructors don't count very well because we do so many reps. Alrighty, let's pause at the top and we're going to reverse that circle. All right, bringing that foot center, and again, pretending we have a 50-pound weight on that leg, and slowly bringing it all the way back down to the mat. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's shoot that left leg pointed up to the ceiling, and we're going to work on our left leg circle. So again, you can do perhaps the size of a basketball, or you can do a big circle, pausing in the center. All right, let's take a moment and reverse that circle. All right, and now we're going to pretend we have that 50-pound weight on that leg again, and slowly bring it all the way back down to the mat. And I want you to take a deep breath in and exhale, concentrating on your breath. And we're going to move into another hip opener now. So let's bring that right leg forward on the mat. Opposite leg is long. This is called pigeon. And this might feel like a really good stretch for you, and you can certainly stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can stack your hands right now, bringing them down to the mat, placing your forehead on the mat. And we're just going to pause and take a few deep cleansing breaths and enjoy the stretch, stretching out those hamstrings. Another deep breath in and exhaling. Another deep breath in and letting it all go. Slowly coming out of this, and we're going to move on to the opposite side. So let's bring that left leg forward, right leg is long. And again, you can stay here. This is a really nice stretch. Bringing the hands together if you want to move forward a little bit more challenging. Bringing your hands stacked down to the mat and just placing your forehead on top of those stacked hands. And let's just take a moment and breathe into the stretch. And exhaling. Another deep breath in and letting it all go. One more time. And exhaling. All right, ladies, we're going to move on to one of my favorite stretches now called Mermaid. Coming up on our side, and we're going to bring our left arm to our left ankle, and right arm is coming up to our right ear. And I like to close my eyes and connect with this stretch. We're going to bring that right arm up a little higher to the ceiling at our own level. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, coming into a beautiful little rainbow stretch with that arm. And you're going to feel a nice gentle pull from your obliques, the side of your waist, and exhale. Let's take another deep breath in and let it all go. Bringing that right arm all the way up again. Perhaps you can gain a little more flexibility, reaching a little deeper. So good for your posture. Taking that deep breath in and exhaling. Another breath in. Bringing that arm all the way up again. This is our last time. Let's make it our best. Bringing it more towards the ceiling, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Alrighty, we're going to flip over to the opposite side now. So right hand is to right ankle, left arm is to that left ear, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Left arm coming up to that left ear, connecting to our breath again. And coming into the rainbow stretch. Another deep breath in and exhale. Coming all the way back up for our last time. Perhaps we can dig a little bit deeper with our flexibility, bringing the arm a little closer to the ceiling. Taking that deep breath in and exhaling. And I know there's someone in the class right now saying, Nina, I want a little bit more core work. So we're going to work in our core a little bit more. Let's bring our hands forward, coming all the way back down to our mat, one vertebrae at a time, honoring that spine. And we're going to bring our shoulder blades off the mat if that feels good for you. Bringing our right leg, foot is pointed to the ceiling, and opposite leg is about a foot off the mat. And we're just going to do a gentle stretch, bringing that right knee towards our nose and then switching it. Working on our flexibility, working on our core, strengthening those legs, enjoying some calm on our mat that we can bring into our lives, of course. And we can continue doing our breath work, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. So our legs are kind of looking like a pair of cooking scissors now. This is called scissors, this exercise. All right, let's do one more time. And let's bring those knees to our chest, giving ourselves that nice big hug. Creating a positive intention this morning. Perhaps it could even be keeping some calm today. Connecting with our breath. Let's take a deep breath in and letting it all go. Coming into happy baby, grabbing those big toes. Perhaps feeling a little bit more flexible than when we started this morning. Alrighty, we're going to continue with one leg pull. So shoulder blades are off the mat if your neck feels fine. If not, leave them on the mat because I want everyone to have a great experience today. So we're bringing our right knee towards our nose and we're going to do a gentle pull, 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 and then switch the legs, pull, pull. All right, let's bring our knees to our chest again, rolling out our back, feeling a little bit stronger than yesterday. We're going to come into happy baby for the last time. Grab those toes, feeling a little looser and more flexible. All right, we're going to come into a fun exercise right now called can-can. Having a little daydream maybe of being a rockette for the day in New York City. This is a really fun one. So we're starting up with our toes on the mat, and we're bringing our knees to the right and then to the left and then to the right again, and then we're shooting our legs out long, holding the belly in nice and tight, just pausing for a minute so you can tell we're working on our core, whole body workout. Taking that deep breath in and exhaling, and meet me in the middle. We're going to go now to the left with our knees, to the right, to the left again, and shooting them out long. Bringing them center. And we're going to do this one more time, girls. So let's bring the knees to the right, the left, the right again, and shoot them out long. Keeping those bellies in nice and tight. Meet me in the center. And last time, make it your best. Knees to the left, to the right, to the left again, and then shoot those legs out long. Coming center. So I'm going to offer a challenge exercise right now. So I hope everyone tries it. If it's not for you, you can always go into the relaxation pose, baby back roll. This exercise is called teaser, another strength one for the core and entire body, shooting the legs long and arms and holding it. Feet are pointed. And then bring it all the way back down. We're going to do teaser one more time, ladies. Let's just pause, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Working on our core and entire body, shooting the legs long and arms out. Let's bring it all the way back in. We're going to move on now to some leg work. So we're going to come into, they call in classical Pilates, our banana pose. So we are long on our mats and feet are coming forward, just like a little Chiquita banana. Belly is in, and we're going to work on our leg lifts forward and back, very slowly and elegantly, like a ballerina, and with intention, creating a little bit of natural resistance with our legs. And then let's bring the feet together, and foot, we're going to do our up and down leg lift. So foot is coming all the way up, pointed, and then let's flex it and bring it all the way back down. And next we're going to move into our circles. So again, we can do a small circle if that feels nice for your body this morning, or if you have a little more determination this morning, you can try a bigger circle, pausing up the top Slowly circling around, brushing that foot. Try to teach to all levels so we all have a good experience this morning. And then let's reverse that circle, keeping that control. Let's do one more big circle. And then we're going to bring that working leg forward. And we're going to position that foot towards the opposite foot. Press that knee up a little bit. And the other leg is going to do some up and downs with that leg. And then we're going to bring that leg, we're working on our inner thigh now, into some small tennis ball circles. And then reversing those circles. Now let's move over to the opposite side of our mat, working on the other leg. And we are coming to that banana pose again. So we're on the edge of our mat, feet are coming forward, and the working leg is going to do some leg lifts forward and back. Foot is pointed. And then we're going to bring our feet together, and the working leg is going to, we're going to do our up and downs. It's going to come up, foot is pointed, and then flex it to come back down. Now let's move into those circles. So again, we have choices. You can do a big circle. You can do a small circle. Brushing that opposite foot. Now let's reverse that circle. Let's do one more. Bringing that leg forward, and we're going to position that foot towards the opposite foot. Press the knee up, maybe an inch, and we're working on our inner thigh now. Pull the belly in, and we're just going to do some leg lifts up and down. Foot is pointed. And then coming into a little circle. And then reversing it. Alrighty, let's shake those feet out. And ladies, we're going to end the class today with some inspirational meditation. You can sit up and crisscross applesauce, or you can lay down on your back. Let's close our eyes, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Perhaps you can clear your mind this morning, thinking of maybe even a color, perhaps yellow or orange, like the great energy we feel from the sun. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Or even a favorite memory of a special day that fills your heart. Let's take another deep breath in and exhaling. And I'm just going to walk you through a positive intention. We were thinking about calm this morning while you're connecting with your breath. Thinking about our mind being our most important resource. And meditation can nourish the mind in the same way that food nourishes the body. Let's take that deep breath in and exhale. Brilliant things often happen in calm minds. We can't always change what's happening around us, but we can change what's happening within us. Creating some calm this morning, some good energy. Let's practicing our meditation this morning, feeling fully aware, fully awake, and fully alive. Being kind to our body and our mind, and of course ourselves along the way. Let's take another deep breath in and letting it all go. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Today, I'm sorry. Happy Friday. I hope you enjoyed our Pilates fusion class. Feeling a little lighter, a bit more calm, some good energy today. And thank you again. Happy Friday.